Hi Scorpios, welcome to your mid-November 2017 readings. Happy birthday to all you Scorpios out there. My brother's birthday's on the 11th. We're both born on the 11th. I'm born December the 11th and he's born November the 11th. My little sister kind of messed that up. She was born on the 7th. But happy birthday to all of you guys. Hopefully it's a good one and a safe one. So your mid-months are done a little bit differently than the monthlies are. Some people prefer the monthly, some people prefer the mid-months. I enjoy doing both of them. My energies are an overall, which for the monthlies, it deals more with family and work and relationships, but relationships that come in many forms with coworkers, friends, family members, that type of thing. So in the mid-months, I'm going to pull one angel card for advice. You don't believe in angels, just substitute that for whatever you believe in. The universe is all abundant, includes everybody's God or deity, so doesn't discriminate. We all have stuff to learn from each other, and if we were all the same, we wouldn't learn. I was really tired in your monthly videos where I did that at like 12:30 in the morning, I think it was. So I'm just going to wait for the energies to get interrupted. There we go. And then I'll pull out some cards on top of it and see what we get. So it says successful completion. So if you get an intuitive hit, follow that when I show the card. It says this is a time of incredible accomplishment. You're justified in feeling joy, a sense of completion and pride in the amazing job you've done. You've been blessed with many spiritual insights. Soon you'll begin a new journey, but for now, take time to bask in the happiness of your dreams coming true. Oh, it's nice. And you have orchids, I believe they are, in the background there. I love orchids. They smell so pretty. So for those of you that like flowers, you might want to go out and buy yourself some orchids. They do have a nice odor that they leave throughout the house. It can be very relaxing and soothing. But it seems like for those of you that are concerned about things, you do have protection here. There's people protecting you. It's like you got two people here. So if you believe in spiritual people that passed on the other side, you have two here. And you got one that's like kind of like looking out, and then you have one looking straight at you. So you have one that's kind of like, it seems to me like there's an energy of one that's looking forward for you, like looking out for warnings or to guide you on the correct path. And then you have one watching you directly. So their energy is around you. It's also saying any goals or things that you want to achieve, they will happen. In order to achieve them, it's kind of like saying you have to focus on 24 hours. I got this in Pisces reading too. It's weird. I kept saying 24 hours, 24 hours. But you have to focus on 24 hours. Okay, so that means that you're present. Okay, you have to have what you want in mind. You got to see it clearly. Okay, and then so you have to look out in the horizons. You have to have a clear mindset of what you want. You have to be decisive, and then once you figure that out, you need to come back to the present, which means focus on 24 hours. Okay, because it can be very overwhelming. Also, this is talking about not looking at the past either, forward. So focusing on 24 hours will kind of settle that any anxiety or worries that you have, or being overwhelmed by how much you might have to do. So it's like when you focus on 24 hours, it means that, okay, in that 24 hours, what are you going to do that gets you one step closer to your goal? That's all you have to worry about, is in the 24 hours, one thing that you have to do that will get you one step closer. So whether that's researching, or that's deciding that instead of coming home and turning on the TV, you're going to come home and you're going to read a book that's going to give you more knowledge to get you one step closer. Or if it's your health, then you're going to come home, and in that one day, you're going to make one small, simple change. So it could be like not putting sugar in your coffee and using honey as a substitute. A small change. Just focus on 24 hours, and then the next 24 hours, you do something else that will get you one step closer to your goal. It's like baby steps, kind of, you know? But it's important that you do see the horizon, but you don't stay in there, okay? This is also, if you focus on the 24 hours, it will also help you for not reflecting on the past, okay? Some of you guys have some accomplishments. So it's like if you want a new job, then, okay, have a clear mindset of what you want. Give it a little time. And in 24 hours, start searching for jobs. Maybe because she is looking out a little bit, maybe a new job for you is out at a distance, or further than you're used to. Because maybe if you're looking for a new job, you're looking in your area where it's saying you need to look a little further out. So the first card we have is the ace, or not the ace, the Page of Swords. And purple is a very spiritual color. So again, you guys have a lot of spiritual protection here. Okay. This is also messages. Okay. It could be emails. You have the Eight of Pentacles that came out. It's also talking about, okay, you're going to have to restructure your mental process. So again, it's focusing on 24 hours. But this is self-focus it's talking about, Scorpio, okay? And then for others of you, this could be a child. They are looking at the pentacles, so it could either be an air child or a pentacles child, okay? You have the Knight of Pentacles, so it could be a pentacles. And you had two other cards that fell. You have the Ten of Pentacles, and you have the Three of Wands. Well, it is very family based. If some of you want a business, then again, the 24-hour thing is really going to get you going. Uh, for this card here, okay, what I see is if you're having issues with one of your children, okay, one, it could be because you're working too often, where they feel like they don't get time. Two is I'm seeing, okay, I am seeing like, not sure if it's jealousy. It could be some jealousy. Um, with the three of, uh, you may have two children, and this could be you, where it's like you're going to have to divide your attention between the two children. This is also talking about you need to find a common ground with one of the children. Um, so usually when there's problems occurring, it's because a person doesn't know how to emotionally express their needs. So they do the opposite, which is like they act out for attention. In most of the cases, it's an unconscious thing and they're not aware of it. So it's like if a person, uh, you know, I could, like from experience, like when I was younger, I'm 32, with my sister, there was a time, and she's 4 years younger. When we were younger, she would she would make up like little fibs and tales about me to my mother, to try to get me in trouble. And it wasn't because she was like being mean or whatever. It was because she wanted more attention. Uh, or she would uh, sometimes she would like leave the school before I picked her up, because it was my responsibility to pick her up and then walk her home because she was younger. And she would do that and then come home and tell my mom that I didn't come to pick her up when really she left. It used to get me in a lot of trouble. But she was doing that due to attention seeking. She wanted attention. She was a child. She didn't know how to approach the situation. So it's like you okay, everything you hear and see may not be what it seems, is what I'm getting. Okay, so this is like just okay. When that started occurring, I had told my mom, um, like what was going on. She didn't so much believe me, but then I told my dad, and my dad understood uh, the situation that was occurring. So he encouraged my mother to spend more time with her. So they would like she went out and seen Beauty and the Beast, I think it was, play with my sister. Uh, and my sister started doing that after my mom took me to the Backstreet Boys. This big Backstreet Boys fan. Uh, and that's when the situation started to occur. When my sister started acting out, but she was acting out in a negative way instead of actually coming out and saying what she needed. Uh, that's just an example, right? Like, uh, my mom took her to the Beauty and the Beast, and things started taming down after that because my dad had explained to her what was happening, and it was my mom hadn't realized at that point. So it was like it might be hard for you to like equally um, okay, because both if you have different children, they're into different things, you know what I mean? So like you have to kind of compromise and you have to like uh you might want to find what one of your children's interest is and then um take them take them to that. You might want to spend individual time with each of them. Because it is talking about family bonding here. Okay, and then for others of you, this is talking about building a structure, a structure of some sort. So it is like if you want a new job or whatever, it was as I was saying earlier. Uh, you do have this thing here about 24 hours, making the changes uh, in 24 hours. So it's like focusing on 24 hours, what's gonna uh, benefit you in that time frame. Some of you might have a child that is a cook that can cook. I got this in Virgo's reading too. Well, it didn't come through as a child that could cook. It came through as I got Iron Chef, uh, the kids version of that. Which I'm not gonna lie, people, that show is like it amazes me and it also horrifies me. it's, I'm like on the edge of my seat the whole time watching that because they're children. They can cook better than probably all of us can, which is just freaking amazing. But they're using knives and stuff, which is like horrifying. I have a Virgo rising, so we worry a lot, right? That's why I'm on the edge of my seat where it's like, oh gosh, no, don't do it, you know? But you may have a child that can cook. So maybe you can get them into cooking or there's some sort of thing where they need to find their spark. I'm getting their spark from this. And earth signs, generally speaking, uh, they're very good at anything they can put their hands on. Like, I have a lot of fire in my chart, but I do have years of baking experience, and I'm actually going back into baking. Uh, some of you, this is talking about you need to work on family relations, so relations with your siblings and stuff like that. And some of you, it may be communication. If you're having issues, it may be due to uh, sharp communication. Some of you could have a child also that is having some problems, and that's why they're not able to express it properly, so it's coming out as anger. They're holding it in. The cards are saying that your family is going to come together, though. But with the fire here, okay, like there's somebody here that you have to divide your attention equally between two. Okay, like uh, you have one here that looks like he's not so pleased, and then the other one is kind of more patient and calm. So I'm sure like there'll be some understanding here, you know? If you're a parent, you know, bless you. It's so hard to be a parent. I don't have children, but uh, thinking about the story that I just told you about, I could only imagine, like it's got to be difficult. This could even be talking about for some of you getting okay, because you may have a child that's very um, more exercise oriented, I think. So maybe there's like something you can do, or maybe you have a best friend or something like that that you can start hiking with. Family hikes are really good. They really poop everybody out. I do that every now and then. I trick my family into a hike. I tell them that I need it. I want to do it. And really, I'm saying that because they're annoying the crap out of me and they're all pent up and just way overthinking. So getting them out in the fresh air kind of like poops them out like children. And we all have that inner child, okay? It needs to come out at times. And usually after we go for a hike, I do this every like 4 months or so. Uh, Everybody calms down and they get together. They talk about things on the hike too. Or so it's a nice way to bond with your family members if you have them. Or maybe like exercising. I'm getting though. Maybe you exercise and you can take that one child and start exercising with them if that's you need to find some sort of ground where you both can bond in some sort of aspect that the two of you have that may be different than the other child. Maybe you have three children. It is saying your health is important, but focus on 24 hours, you guys. If you want a new job, then you have to be very decisive. uh, This is talking about not giving up at any cost, but also not focusing on the past, Scorpios. Okay, you have nothing but opportunities coming your way now. You have Jupiter in Scorpio. All right, so anything that's hidden will come to light. So don't don't be fearful or anything like that. You may have some messages that you have to send out, emailing, research too. So you might have to research things. For those of you with young children, there's usually you can go online and you can find family events that go on in different cities and stuff like that near your area. Even for hiking trails and things like that, it's like the top 50 list or top 10 list for things to do. If you're concerned about finances, a lot of those things are free. Um, you do have the apprentice card here too, which means uh, being both a teacher and a student, right? If you have children, they teach you a lot. Actually, seeing this like thing of an 8-year-old kid that just like he had an old soul, just like blew my mind. It was a little video on Facebook, and this kid like had more wisdom than an 80-year-old. It was just mind-boggling. Sometimes kids, they can really teach you some things. And it's important that adults get that inner child in, okay? Because when you play, okay? So this is like even if Scorpios you're walking past a park, okay? Uh Sit on the swing and swing a little bit, Like you need that to free your mind. Focus on your studies. Some of you might be studying. Do focus on that. And instead of putting so much pressure on yourself about the future, you want to ensure that you're just focusing on that 24 hours. This is why I need to study today and focus on that. Okay. And then pat yourself on the back too. Or if you're starting a business, then it's like, okay, in that 24 hours, what is the one thing that I need to be more informed on? Um, Because in order to be successful, you have to constantly learn, okay? It's like at no point can you feel that you've learned enough, because at that point, then, okay, the ego blocks you and conceitedness, that will be the downfall. Because even CEOs of top companies, they have to continue to learn, okay? Their company usually starts crashing when they um, feel like they know more than enough because they've gotten to that top level, but they usually end up being stunted at that point. Some of you could have somebody that's spying on you. That is that is true, but I do feel like outdoors is gonna really improve you guys. It's really gonna clear your mind. Hiking, all right? So this is even like for those of you with family members, uh, not a lot of families do it anymore, but in the 80s and 70s and 60s, after people ate, they used to go for walks around the block with the dog. They would take the dog out. And it actually, if you're having digestive problems, it will help you digest the food more proper. Uh, it's small changes you need here. You don't need to be doing anything big. You do need small changes. And you do need mental clarity, though. Because if you're looking too far in the future or if you're looking back, uh, it's not going to give you the clarity that you need. You need to be focused on, because you can't change anything that happened. It's already happened. And everything that happens, it happens for a reason. Okay. Uh, you can envision the future, and whatever you envision, you can create. You just need the willpower to do it. You're blessed, though. You really are blessed here. You're protected too, as well. So whatever it is that you want to accomplish, go out and do it. It's going to be yours. Be patient though. It's going to take a while. You have the Knight of Pentacles here, so that is a slow moving um, process. Like your family is protected here, though. Uh, just just watch that you're not overworking. Okay, get some time to rest. If you need a bubble bath with sea salt, do that. Men can do that too. A lot of men don't choose not to. I've known quite a few Leo men that enjoy their bubble baths. Leos tend to have a good balance of feminine and masculine. They're not very they're masculine. The men are very masculine, but they're not macho because they're ruled by the heart. So this is like you gotta come from your heart in whatever you want to do. As long as your um, intentions are pure, then you have nothing to worry about, right? You're well protected, those Scorpios. All right, hopefully that helped you out, and I will talk to you next month. Ciao for now.